afternoon everyone. Previous day we have completed algae. Okay. Today we will start from the characteristics of the bryophyte, the types of the bryophytes and how many types of bryophytes are present, what is the characteristics, all you have read in that topics, that is bryophyte. So, you have some idea about the bryophytes. They are just some portions somehow developed from the algae, but not totally developed from the algae. Okay. So, that is why they are just same like some characteristics just compared to the algae. First one, the bryophytes, they included the mosses and liverworts. You have seen the mosses or liverworts that is present on the wall in the rainy season or any type of moist or damp area. You have seen there is green velvet like structures are present on the wall. Okay. So, they are called mosses. So, first characteristics of the bryophyte, it includes moss and liverworts. As they are primitive types of the plants, so they obviously need the water for their reproduction. So, most of them, not only most of them, the bryophytes are developed into moist and damp area, not totally in the aquatic area. They need some water for their sexual reproduction, but they can live on the lands, okay, moist and damp area. So, found in moist in damp area, found in moist and damp area. Okay, this one is the characteristics of you can have seen them in the moist and damp area, and they includes the mosses and liverworts. Bryophytes are called the amphibians of the plant group. Just like the animal, there is another amphibian groups are present. Same like the amphibians, the bryophytes are called the amphibians of the plant group because they can live on the land, but they need the water for their sexual reproduction, because you know that for the movement of the male gametes, that is sperm, they have the tail, they can move to reach to the eggs. So, that occurs in the bryophyte's body, and the sperms or the male gamete, that is called antherozoids, reach to the egg through the water. Okay. So, the bryophytes are called the amphibians of the plant kingdom because these plants can live in the soil, but they are depend on the water for the sexual reproduction. So, number 3. Bryophytes are called the amphibians because of plant kingdom because they need water for the sexual reproduction. So, bryophytes are called the amphibians of the plant kingdom because they need the water for the sexual reproduction, but they can live on the plants. Okay. Next one, the plant body of bryophytes are more differentiated. Obviously, it is somehow developed from the algae. So, they have some differentiated part than the algae, but their body is also thallus. Thallus means they cannot bear, or they never do not bear the true leaf, stem or root. Okay. So, that is why their body is also called thallus, and they do not have any type of the true leaf, roots and stem. Bryophytes are thallus-like and produce and attached to the substratum by the rhizoids. Rhizoids, you have seen the ginger, they do not have any main root. Okay? Rhizoids is one type of adventitious root. Adventitious root means they can produce from the any parts of the body except the main root. Okay? So, that are called one type, that is the adventitious root is one type of adventitious root is rhizoid. You have seen rhizoids in the lotus plant, you have seen rhizoids in the ginger. So, this type of rhizoids are also present in the body of the, not the true root. Okay? So, that present in the body of the bryophytes that attached with any type of the substratum. Okay? Body have thallus, body is thallus and have rhizoids to attached with substratum. Okay. So, this is the characteristics of the bryophytes. Next one, their body are haploid, our body is diploid. Diploid means the cell contains the twin number chromosome, double number chromosome. The body of the bryophytes are produce haploid number chromosome and their body is called gametophyte because it produces the gametes. Okay? In the life cycle of the bryophytes, gametophytes and sporophytes two stages are present. You have learned about the alternation of generation in your previous classes. The alternation of generation means somehow in the some plants body gametophyte stage are long, sporophyte stage are short, but in some and another some plants body sporophyte stage are long and gametophyte stage are short and they can replace with each other. So, that is called the alternation of generation, and alternation of generation occurs in the bryophytes body, their bodies is haploid. So, that is why the gametophyte stage must be longer than the sporophytic stage and the gametes are the haploid in number. Okay? So, the body is haploid and produce gamete, that is called gametophyte. Body is haploid and produce gametes is called gametophyte. It's called gametophyte. In their body, the sexual organs are also differentiated into male sex organ and female sex organ. Male sex organ are called antheridium that produce antherozoids. They are biflagellated. You know that sperms have the long tail for the movement and the antherozoids have the two flagella because it helps in the movement and reach to the eggs. Okay? And the female sex organ called archegonium and it produces single cell. In multicellular sex organs are present. Male sex organ is called antheridium and female sex organ archegonium. Okay? Antheridium produce biflagellated antherozoids and archegonium produce a single egg. Okay? Biflagellated antherozoids, and archegonium, produce a single egg. Let me explain how the gametophytic stage and sporophytic stage occurs in the body of the bryophyte. First, the male sex organ and female sex organ that produce the antherozoids and egg. Okay. Then the fusion, obviously what is the next step after the production of the gametes? The fusion of the gametes will be occurred. So, the male gametes and female gametes fused and forms a zygote. You can say that ma'am, they are haploid in number, so that is why zygote undergoes meiosis division to reduction division to produce haploid number of chromosome. Never, zygote never undergo any type of reduction division. Okay. Zygote produce multicellular or cell that is called sporophyte. Okay. Then the sporophyte move back to the gametophyte. Gametophyte means the body of the bryophytes. Sporophyte comes to the gametophyte for the nourishment. Okay. And after that, some of the porophyte, not all the sporophyte, undergoes the meiosis division or reduction division. The meiosis division is called reduction division because it reduces the chromosome number. Haploid number chromosome are produced by the meiosis division. So, that is why the production of the spore occurs and then the spore germinates to the gametophyte. So, this is the cycling process occurs in the bryophyte. First, the fusion of the gametes occur, produce zygote. Zygote never undergo any type of reduction division. It produce multicellular sporophyte. Sporophyte goes to the gametophyte for the nourishment. Gametophyte is the body of the bryophyte, you remember that, and then after reaching the gametophyte, the sum of the sporophyte undergoes the meiosis division to produce the haploid number of the gametes. Okay. So, the life cycle, how it is occurs: antherozoids, plus egg produce zygote. Zygote produce multicellular sporophyte. Sporophyte undergoes meiosis division, undergoes meiosis division and produce haploid spore. Okay. Undergoes meiosis division, produce haploid spore. Spore germinates to produce gametes gametophyte. So, this is the process of the life cycle, that is the sporophytic stage and gametophytic stage. Now, what is the importance of the bryophyte in the human well-being or in the environment? The plant are present on the earth, so some contribution obviously have done on the earth. So, what is the contribution that is occurs by the bryophyte? What is the importance of the bryophyte in the human's life or in the environment? First one, the mosses, they are used as the food for the herbaceous, for the cattle, animals, birds or any type of mammals. Okay. So, first one, importance of the bryophytes, used as food for herbaceous. Second one, it Sphagnum is a small peat. So, sphagnum, one type of small sphagnum used as peat. You have known that the coal, they have dianthracite, bituminous peat coal. So, sphagnum is used as peat coal, that is used as the fuel. Okay. So, sphagnum. So, this is one type of short question. The name of a moss which is used as the fuel. Sphagnum is used as fuel. Okay. Number 3, the mosses, they have the water holding capacity. So, that's why they lives on the moist area, they cover the any rocky substances. So, they are helps in the transportation of, if you and transport the aquarium fishes, there is some mosses are also can hold, the packaging system are also covered by the mosses for the water holding capacity. Okay. So, that helps in the transportation of the living organism. For water holding capacity, it is used as used in transportation of living organism. Okay. So, this one is the importance. And next, the great ecology decompose, they prevent the soil erosion, they cover the total rocky substances. So, they prevent the soil erosion from the rain, and obviously they transfer the rocky substance into the substratum, because in the any type of rocky substances no plant will be grow. So, that is why that they transfer the rocky substances in a soil like substance where the plants can grow. Okay. So, it is used as prevent the soil erosion. Prevent soil erosion. So, there is so many importance of the biophytes in human beings also and in the environment. Just recall 4 or 5 number and read throughout the books. And there is 2 types of biophytes. You have already learnt about from the first point. One is the liverworts, another one is the mosses. Liverworts is the primitive type and mosses is somehow developed from the liverworts. So, there is a question is coming from that part, that is the differentiate between the liverworts and mosses. Okay. You just read the characteristics and you can write the differentiation or difference between the liverworts and the mosses. So, what is the characteristic of the liverworts? Liverworts, as it is the moss, obviously develop in any type of moist area, brackish stream of the water, the damp wood. Okay, moist and damp area. First one, moist and damp area. Damp area, wood, water, stream of water anywhere. Okay. Second one, it is the Markensia. You have seen Markensia in the biology lab. In your practical, you have seen there is the leafy like structures. The Markensia plant body, liverworts, thalloid. Obviously, they are maybe in the liverworts, maybe in the mosses, the plant body is not truly differentiated into the leaf, root and stem. So, body is thalloid. Next one, the leafy members of the leaf-like appendages. So, leaf-like appendages are present into the 2 rows. Okay, leaf-like appendages are present. There is also 2 modes of reproduction, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction occurs by 2 ways. One is fragmentation, another one is the gamete formation. Fragmentation, their body is differentiated into different fragments, so many fragments, and each fragments develop into the new individuals. And gamete is just one like cup-like structure. This is gamete-like, that is the cup-like structure that form in the parent's body, and it will detach from the parent's body and forms the new individual. Okay. So, the mode of asexual reproductions are two types. One is the fragmentation and another one is the gamete formation. Okay. Fragmentation and gamete formation. This is the two modes of the asexual reproduction. And sexual reproduction, there is the male and female sex organs are present maybe in the same body, maybe or either in the another body. That is, thallus sporophyte is differentiated into foot, seta and capsule. Okay. So, the gametophyte and sporophyte stage are also present, and the sporophyte have the foot, seta and capsule. Okay. The spores germinate to form the living gametophyte. Sporophyte differentiated into foot, seta and capsule. Okay. So, this one is the these are the characteristics of the liverworts. Now, we move to the mosses. What is the characteristics of the mosses? So, first one, moss, the predominant stage of the life cycle of the gametophyte. So, in the case of the liverworts, there is no division in the gametophytic stage, just sporophyte and gametophytic stage are present. But in the case of the mosses, the gametophytic stage is differentiated into two stages. One is protonema, another one is the leafy stage. Okay, gametophyte stage, differentiate into two stages, protonema and leafy stage. Okay, protonema are produced from the spore, that is directly from the spore, and the leafy stage is developed from the secondary protonema. Okay, produced from spore and leafy stage produced from protonema. Okay. Next one, which is developed into the consist of the upper secondary protonema is the leafy bud. They are attached to the soil through the multicellular rhizoids. So, sex organs, rhizoids, their body is also not differentiated into two leaves and roots. There is also rhizoids present, and which helps to the attach to the substratum. Okay. So, rhizoids present. Second one, rhizoids present. Third one, vegetative reproduction by fragmentation and budding in the secondary protonema. So, here is the asexual reproduction or vegetative reproduction occurs through process. In liverworts, fragmentation and gamete formation, but in here the fragmentation and budding formation. The small, you know that the fragmentation body is divided into small fragments, and each fragments develop into the new individual, and budding formation, the small outgrowth from the parent's body that detach from the parent's body and growth into the new individual. So, vegetative reproduction differentiated into the two parts. One is fragmentation another one is budding. sexual reproduction are the same like the bryophytes. They also have the sex organ Antheridia and Archegonium, and the apex of the leafy shoot, they are also sporophyte. Apex of the leafy shoots are zygote are formed, zygote develop into the, so first the Archegonium and Antheridium produce the antherozoids and eggs, they form the zygote, zygote undergoes to produce the sporophyte, and sporophyte just like the liverwort, sporophytes also have the fruit, seta and capsule. Okay. Capsule contains spores, spores are formed after the meiosis. The mosses have an elaborate mechanism, the spore dispersal, common example of mosses are Funaria. So, you can give the, if the differentiate between the liverwort and mosses, you can give the some examples and you can give the some differentiation in their reproduction mode, in their structural habitat, and they give the some examples, and in their sexual reproduction there is also Antheridium and Archegonium present, male and female gametes are produced, they join to form the zygote, zygote never undergoes the meiosis division occurs in the sporophytic stage, sporophytic stage have the seta, fruit and capsule. Okay. The capsule produce the spores, and the spores one difference, the sporophytic stage is elaborate than the liverworts. Liverworts there is the gametophytic stage are elaborate, but in the mosses the sporophytic stage are elaborate. Okay. So, this is up to for the today, just go through that whole chapter and read the bryophytes. If you have any queries you can ask me. Thank you so much everyone. Bye everyone.